Welcome to the alumni series, Clover Connection. Today, we are hosting 4-H alumni to learn about their experiences in 4-H and how 4-H has impacted their life. My name is Tina Veal, and I serve as the 4-H Alumni and Constituent Engagement Manager here with Illinois 4-H. And joining me today is Charlie Durbin. Charlie is a 4-H alum from Fayette County and was recently recognized as a 2023 Illinois 4-H Alumni Award winner. So Charlie, thank you so much for joining me today. We're so thrilled to have you, and congratulations on your recent recognition.
Thank you, Tina.
You're welcome. So let's get started. Charlie, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I grew up on a farm near St. Elmo. I have three sisters. My dad farmed 450 acres, and he used two old D17s and a WD-45 with a John Deere 95 combine to harvest it. So we were very busy on the farm, but whenever I got to be like 9 or 10 years old, my mom, and I really don't know how many years I was in 4-H, 9 or 10, but my mom decided that because I was interested in animals that I should join 4-H. So they found Mr. Jess Highschmidt to be my 4-H leader, and he led the Elmonian 4-H club. And turned out Mr. Highschmidt ended up being my 5th grade teacher whenever I got to 5th grade. So I had a very good connection with Mr. Highschmidt, and he was very influential in pushing me in the direction that I was going, along with Mr. Joe Faghetti was the extension advisor in Fayette County at that time. And then he was followed by Gary Bresner, and both of them were very instrumental in pushing me farther. And so, yes, I showed cattle in 4-H. I also fiddled around with electrical projects in 4-H. And I completed veterinary science programs in 4-H. And part of my veterinary science program, whenever I was 16, I went to work for Dr. Marshall Slingerland in Altamont, and compiled records from assisting Dr. Slingerland, and more or less came up with my 4-H veterinary science program, which eventually led to me receiving the state honors in veterinary science and getting to go to Club Congress in veterinary science.
That's a fantastic explanation of your career path and where kind of every 4-H you started and where you went, and exciting what you're doing today. How did you get involved in 4-H? You talked about kind of meeting some folks and your parents engaging them. How did you hear about 4-H, and how did you get involved?
It was my mom that heard about 4-H.
It's always that parent, right?
It was my parent that heard about 4-H and thought, and it ended up, I think I was the first 4-H member in our family, but my younger sister ended up being in 4-H too.
Okay.
But Jess Highschmidt had a dairy farm, so that was quite interesting. And my mom got me into his club, and he's a good old boy.
Rest is history. That's how it works. So finding those good mentors, and it's great that 4-H is be able to provide those opportunities and those connections. So I know you talked a little bit about some of your projects and activities as a 4-H member. What were some of your favorite projects? I know vet science, you said electricity, and then did you have some leadership experiences there that were important to you?
Yes, I guess I've kind of forgot about those after 40 years, but I went to different leadership camps and stuff, which also helped. I mean, I was a shy kid before I got into 4-H, and 4-H helped mentor me into being more vocal and speaking to people.
That's fantastic. And where did you attend National 4-H Club Congress?
Chicago.
Chicago. Yep. Many years ago, it was held in Chicago, which was always a quick
Rode,
trip for our Illinois folks, but
rode a
sometimes it's,
train there.
yes, yes. And how do you feel that 4-H prepared or influenced your life? I mean, you're a veterinarian now, so how has that contributed, that experience that contributed to you?
Well, like I said, I was a shy, quiet kid. 4-H helped bring out my speaking to people. It also, the fact that I won the club congress made me feel like it was possible maybe
Sure.
to become a veterinarian future down the road. And I mean, after getting club congress, I said, I'm going to college. I'm going to try to be a veterinarian. If I don't, then I guess I'll be an ag teacher or something.
That's well, I think you've been able to do a little of all that in your time, even though not professionally an ag teacher. You're definitely making an influence on 4-H youth and your counties, and serving as a vet for all of your county 4-H shows. And so, what an honor and dedication and loyalty that you've had to Illinois 4-H from a very young child. So we know that you've got your green on today. It's National 4-H Week, and so
Yes,
uh, you're showing
that's
that
why I
4-H
picked it.
pride. That's good. And so you've had some really great experiences in 4-H. What is your favorite 4-H memory?
Uh, you probably don't want to know about that. My
Oh,
favorite 4-H memory was back in the day, Fayette County. We didn't have a metal structural building for the cattle to be in.
yeah.
We had a tent,
Oh,
and so we anyway, my dad parked the truck down there at the fairgrounds for me to sleep in. And during the night, there was a storm came out of the west uh, with a lot of wind in it, and it blew the tent down on the cattle and other 4-H kids.
oh,
And I, the kids crawling out of from under the tent and getting the livestock out after that storm.
oh gosh. Life experiences that you gain whether you want to or not. Oh, I'm glad everyone was safe, and hopefully the cattle were safe too.
Yes,
So
they were.
that's good. That's good. But that's a life lesson. Those things happen, and you've got to jump into action and get things done. So it sounds like you guys all did that for sure. So, and finally, what advice would you give a young 4-H member today?
Uh, you can make it as a 4-H member uh, growing up. You can guide your path for your career that you want, and you should always dream. Don't give up on something unless you have given it a chance.
I know your family and kids have been involved in 4-H as well, and so what a great mentor you are to so many youth and folks in your county. So, Charlie, it's been wonderful to visit with you today. Is there anything else about your 4-H experience that you wanted to share?
4-H is a fantastic program. That's why whenever I came back to Fayette County, I wanted to help it out and give kids a chance in 4-H. It's just really a good program.
Well, thank you. And we couldn't do it without people like you. So thank you for your time and dedication to the program. So this has been the Illinois 4-H Clover Connection. I thank you for joining us, and thank you, Charlie, for sharing your 4-H story with us. And we will look forward to seeing you next time.